A Hutto police officer who beat a man during a 2018 arrest faces years in prison if he's convicted.
So what happens when an officer is charged with a crime?
It's been 5 months since a Williamson County grand jury indicted Officer Gregory Paris. Now KXAN investigator Jody Barr has obtained the body camera video that's at the center of a lawsuit against 2 officers and the city.
Well, Robert, Officer Paris is charged with assault and official oppression. The Hutto Police Department has him on leave. They've had him there for 5 months. He's still collecting a paycheck. So we wanted to understand the city's process for investigating its own.
Put your phone down, put your hands up on the truck real fast. What? Because I'm telling you to. What did I do wrong? Dude, don't do that. Put your hands up on the truck, man. Yeah, for one. Scoot your feet. I'm drinking. Scoot your feet.
Hutto Police Officer Gregory Paris and his boss, Officer Jamie Alcacer, ended up on Paige Bend Drive, claiming someone called in a smell coming from one of the homes.
Well, you smell like weed right now, man, as well as the alcohol. Yeah, you smell it on your shirt.
They found Jeremy Rogers standing in his friend's driveway, drinking a cold one. The video shows Officer Paris search Rogers, then demand to see his ID.
You get your ID on you? ID on me. You don't have anything with any sort of identification on there? Can I see your wallet?
Nope.
Give me your wallet.
Would you have probable cause?
Yeah, how about you go to jail right now for public intoxication?
For why? I didn't step out of this.
Then, without warning or any directions from the officer,
push on me.
I didn't push on you, dude.
Get on the ground.
I didn't do
Officer Paris punched Rogers in the face. While on the ground, Paris continues punching the man, radios for help, then hits Rogers with a taser.
Arthur County, we don't fight. Hands behind your back.
In the video, Paris immediately explained his side to a nearby witness.
Because he pushed me, he shoved me. It's on camera.
The victim filed a federal lawsuit in February accusing Officer Paris of excessive force and both officers of false arrest. The lawsuit claims both officers lied about the details of the arrest to make sure the district attorney's office prosecuted Rogers. Officer Paris typed in his reports that Rogers violently shoved him in the chest, the shove partially knocking me off balance and causing pain to my chest. Rogers continued to resist arrest by flailing his arms and pushing away, Officer Paris wrote in his report. The lawsuit claims Rogers was merely reacting to the officer grabbing his head, something Rogers' side argues is what any person would do to defend themselves during an assault. Rogers ended the night in the hospital.
Are you okay if I wrap that on there?
Before the officers hauled him off to jail. Officer Paris filed 3 charges against Rogers: public intoxication, felony assault on an officer, and resisting arrest. 2 months later, Williamson County prosecutors dropped all charges. In February, Jeremy Rogers sued the city of Hutto and officers Paris and Alcacer. Then in May, a year after the assault, Williamson County prosecutors charged Officer Paris with assault and official oppression. Hutto Police Chief Paul Hall took Paris off patrol in May, but not off the force. Officer Paris has been on paid leave ever since. Alcacer, accused of standing by and not stopping the assault and arrest, and of also writing false information into and signing off on the police reports. She's still on patrol. The chief would not talk about the specifics of the case, but also wouldn't explain the process of what happens internally when an officer is charged with a crime. Does that trigger your internal investigative processes, or what happens at that point?
Well, like I said, we're going to address on a case-by-case situation.
We filed an open records request with the city to show you Paris and Alcacer's employee files. The city won't turn those over and has asked the Attorney General's office to block us from getting those public records. And this isn't a question about the ongoing litigation, but do you believe in the ability of these 2 officers to continue to police in Hutto?
I certainly do believe that. I certainly do believe in that. Too often, we look at the one bad incident out of 19,000 calls for service, 19,000 contacts, and we pick that one thing. That's less than 0.0001111%. So I want people to keep that in mind.
We've got video, there's an indictment in the case, there are allegations in a civil lawsuit at this point. You believe those three things together may not tell the complete story here.
I believe it does not tell the complete story.
There's another side to this.
There is another side.
Jeremy Rogers' legal team and the city met last week but failed to reach a settlement. Officer Gregory Paris pleaded not guilty in his criminal case. He's due in court next week in Georgetown. And we never did get a clear answer from the chief about how long Officer Paris will remain on paid leave.